in our lovely controlled training environment here, this is how things are going to go down. What I did here just before I hit record is I threw in a bunch of extra comments on our blog. And again, I want to start moderating these comments. So again, I'm going to flip into the back end of our sample blog, the Jeff's Rock and Flash blog. I can see that there are a total of 5 comments. 2 comments are approved. 3 are pending approval. And then if I scroll down just a little bit into this recent comments, there's all of the recent comments. Now here's the deal. Again, I can hover over top of these comments and approve or edit or trash or whatever these different comments. But here's the deal. What I can do here, if I want, is I can set it up so that my discussion options in my blog, which we'll get to the discussion options in just a second, but by default they're set up so that comments have to be approved first before they show up on the live blog. So for example, a lot of the comments that I've added in here, they're not going to show up on the live blog yet because they haven't been approved yet. And again, that's the default. And it's up to you. You can set that up if you want. You can, leave the default if you like. I don't bother with that. My kind of thing is let people comment and then I'll kind of come in and moderate if I have to. But I don't find that moderating comments is all that time consuming. In fact, very rarely do I have to come in and, mark something as spam or anything like that. So anyway, let's take a look at this. So what I'm going to do now on our sample blog is I'll click on the comments menu item there on the left. And this is the default comment screen that you would get with your typical WordPress blog. Again, not using that discuss service. And how it works here is all of the comments that are marked, you can sort of see that in there. They're kind of light yellow. These guys need to be approved, and then the comments that are white have already been approved. They're actually on the blog, right? So let's take a quick tour of the screen here. So first of all, what I get is the person's name, Susan in this case. There's her email address, the submission date, so the date and the time that this comment was submitted. There's the content of the comment. And once again, when I hover over top of the comment, I'm getting these links across the bottom. And then finally, way over on the right-hand side, in response to. So in other words, this is the post that the comment has been added to. So in this case, Flash's minimum requirements or copy fills and strokes with the eyedropper tool. Those are the actual posts on our blog, right? So now the idea would be to come into this screen and look at this comment and go, all right, do I want to approve this comment? So it says, nice post, check out sweetonlinecasino.net. And this is kind of a common thing that you see from spammers. They'll say, great article, or awesome post, or I've shared it with my friends, and then they'll throw in a link of some sort, right? So clearly spam, right? So what I could do is, well, I'm definitely not going to approve it here. So I could reply, but that's not really going to do anything to, keep the spammer from continuing to spam my blog. I could edit it, I suppose, if I wanted to. I can mark it as spam. Now, the nice thing about marking it as spam is it sends a message to WordPress's software, Akismet, which would then add the email address, the link, and so on to the Akismet database, which essentially helps everyone who's running the Akismet plugin to get rid of spam on their site. It's kind of a community thing. So you might want to do that. But because this is just sort of quick training here, I'm going to choose trash. So I just click on trash, and that toasts the comment. Gone. Right? And then I can come down to the next one. Doug, there's his email address. This looks super awesome. Thanks so much for sharing. I've learned a lot. Do you think you'll be creating any tutorials based on this material in the near future? If so, I look forward to that. That looks like a legit comment to me. So then what I could do there is I could just say approve. I'm just going to approve that. And then maybe in a little while I'll reply to Doug and give him some kind of message back, right? So I've just approved that. And then below that we have a comment from Cheap Deals, which is deals.com, deals@gmail.com. Get prescription drugs cheap, Viagra. So obviously spam. So in the real world, I'd click on spam. Here, I'll just click on trash. So anyway, I'm keeping it real quick and kind of down and dirty for you, but that's sort of the idea. That's typically how things happen here. But again, on the blogs that I run, I don't find that I have to, mark too many comments as spam. The Akismet plugin that I run does a really good job of, keeping spam off of my site. And there's a couple of other steps that we can take, which I'll show you in the next exercise to really cut down on spam. So let's take a look at setting up our discussion options for our blog. And, just real quick, just while I think of it, once you've kind of gone through your moderation, you might want to go back to the live blog and refresh, and then actually see how things look here. So where was the comment? There it is there. One comment there on the copy fields and strokes. That was Doug's comment, I do believe. There it is right there. So that's kind of the deal there. That's how it works. So as soon as you mark a comment as approved, it then shows up on the live blog.